Hey guys, this is Watch All About with another watch review, and in this review we're looking at one of the very brand new G-Shocks by Casio. This is the G-Steel GST, you ready for this? B100B-1A3ER. Simply rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? So we have a little booklet here, warranty card as well, and here we have the watch itself. Price of this watch comes in RRP of £349, so I'm not going to lie, the case is a little bit disappointing considering the amount of watch. It's just basically a tin, which is quite standard for G-Shocks, to be completely honest. However, you know, if you're spending more than the usual price of a G-Shock, I personally probably would have preferred something a little bit more higher quality in terms of boxing. However, the size is quite nice. It's easy to just put away in a cupboard or in the loft. It's not too bulky or gonna get in your way. So, G-Shocks are well known, I'm sure you'll agree, as being exceptionally tough. In fact, their official ethos, if you check the G-Shock website, it says that they are the toughest watches of all time. But of course, that's just regular G-Shocks, you know, ones which are just made of plastic. But what if you need something even tougher than those plastic G-Shocks? Well, this is where the new G-Steel comes into play, even tougher than those regular G-Shocks. So as I mentioned, 350 quid, £349 does seem, you know, quite a bit at a glance. However, after all, you know, you could use that money to get, I don't know, an iPad, you could get a washing machine for it, you could even go on a holiday somewhere for 350 quid at the end of the day. But we all know, don't we, the watches are the best and we can never have enough watches. So let's have a think about why this G-Shock is so good. Well, the fact that it's named G-Steel refers to the fact that the case is constructed of steel and not plastics. Therefore, we're getting extra mega turbo toughness. On top of that, it has a carbon core guard structure. So basically, you know, you thought the normal G-Shocks were tough. You know, you need to think again. This is the toughest of the tough. On top of that, it has many tricks up its sleeve. It's solar powered, has 200 meters water resistance. This one actually has Bluetooth connectivity, which we'll touch on, and a whole host of other features as well, which we will come back to. So let me pop it on. So how does it wear? Pretty huge, as you can see. I have a 7-inch wrist, and I can just about pull it off. It has a 58.1 lug-to-lug length, a diameter of a pretty impressive 53.8 mil, and a 14.1 mil height. So yes, it's probably going to be quite a tough watch to wear for everyday use. You certainly wouldn't wear it smart, for instance, with a suit. So, you know, when would you wear it? Well, I can certainly see this being a great watch for someone on an active job, maybe someone on the tools or someone in the lines of duty, whether it be forces or just like police or something like that. The weight is 101 grams. That's surprisingly easy to wear, actually, considering the steel casework. So it's not crazy heavy, and it doesn't, you know, make you wish you weren't wearing it because of the weight. What's the build quality like then? Well, what do you expect from a G-Shock made of steel? It's built like an absolute tank. It's fully black, as you can see, with steel and green accents. So, you know, it really does look very cool. Something like Batman might wear. Pretty badass. And the amount of detailing throughout the case is great as well. There's so many, this is across the dial and also the case, there's so many facets, so many angles, loads of exposed screws as well. This is genuinely a real feast for the eyes, and it's also perfectly executed, even up close as well. I really like the way that the black, the offset is offset with the steel accents, such as the pushers, the crown, all of these screws as well, provides a really nice contrast, interesting detailing to look at as well. And on top of that, I really like the splash of colour. This option is the lime green option, but you can also go for an orange alternative. So that splash of green is apparent on the logo. This interesting indicator at 9, which is used for a variety of functions, and also around the button located at 8. And really, you know, when you look up close to the dial, the amount of depth and the array of finishing, from the concentric circular pattern surrounding the subdial to a linear sunburst out of the center, there's a various amount of layers too, which provide such great depth and detail. So it really is a feast for the eyes, as I mentioned. One of the key features of this watch is the Bluetooth connectivity, and that is primarily used with the G-Shock Connected app. And in actual fact, it's really easy to connect. It literally just a couple of steps. You hold down the connect button, then on your phone, it discovers it, and then you click connect. And what you can do is you can use the app to set all the settings on the watch, basically. So you can use it to control your stopwatch, timer, alarm, world time, the time and date itself as well. So for instance, we have a world time option here, and you can see that they're both synced up. So I can say I want to go to Hong Kong, set this city to the watch, click that, and spinning around, and you can see our second time zone there is fast forwarding to hopefully 8 minutes past 8. So, and yes, it is. So that's cool. So that's pretty neat. You can go to utility as well. So you can set your alarm or your timer. So let's go timer, and I can set 2 minutes timer, for instance. Click that, send setting to watch, and away it goes as well. Setting completed. So hopefully in 2 minutes that will beep at me or do something like that. But another key thing as well that it primarily is used for is the phone finder. So what you can do is, if I just turn my phone off, if you hold down the bottom right find button, it should play a lovely song. So I'm not sure if you can hear that. Let me bring that closer. It's a very lovely sound. And that basically will keep on going until you press the button again on the actual watch itself. So according to the manual, it actually says that communication range is only up to 2 meters. So it really does beg to ask the question, what is the point? If your phone is less than 2 meters away from you, I'm pretty sure you won't necessarily need to use the Bluetooth finder. So what other specs can we chat about? Well, the case has a black ion plated finish. That's an IP finish, and that's a plating process which provides a very durable finish. That's why basically it's steel but with the black color. It's literally not paint. It is an actual carbon applied finish to the steel itself, so very, very hard and durable. It's solar powered, so you get a full 22 months on full charge. So you will literally never have to worry about a battery as long as you keep it out of a drawer or out of your wardrobe or out of the dark, basically. 200 meters water resistance as well, so good for swimming, snorkeling, you know, decent swimming, but not necessarily deep scuba diving though. You can set a daily alarm, you have a countdown timer and a stopwatch. Both do seem a little bit fiddly to use though. For instance, if you press the mode button, this is on stopwatch mode now, and you can see the bottom hands have to sort of reset to be able to actually start using them. However, you can start it before the hands reset, and it will obviously catch up. So that's something to keep in mind. You can stop it, reset it in, you know, the classic traditional kind of Casio manner. The buttons all pretty much line up the same as any other Casio digital watch, which is good. We mentioned earlier as well the carbon core guard structure. That's constructed with a patented hollow core guard structure which protects against impact and vibrations. You can literally drop it and theoretically be completely chill about it and not necessarily be too concerned about it getting too smashed up. The resin strap is very soft, very malleable as well, and you can see here it's not stiff or anything like that. In fact, it has really cool bumpy detailing on the top as well in this central channel, and it's also raised to meet this central section on the end lugs as well. So as you can see, it's an integrated strap, so you're highly unlikely to get any of the straps to fit this, but theoretically, you know, as it's pretty hard wearing durable resin, it's unlikely that you'll ever need to replace it. As is always the case with Casios, I find the actual buckle itself is plain and disappointing. You know, everything else on this strap is so cool and good quality, but I don't know, just left a little wanting with the buckle itself. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. But you know, the buckle is probably one of the things that you can not worry about least. We've also mentioned previously the dual time function. So when you're on the normal mode, if I just reset it to normal mode, that second time zone is indicated at the funky little hands at the bottom. As you can see there, they're going to be reset now to hopefully 8:15, which is Hong Kong time. There we go. Boink. So that's pretty neat. Finally, then we have a LED light. So you can probably see it there when I press the button at the top corner. So that lights up everything. So that's located between 6 and 7. It does an all right job, to be honest. And on top of that, we have Casio's Neo Bright Loom, which actually isn't too bad in terms of strength as well. So you do have pretty good options in the dark. Basically, you are going to see the watch in the dark, whether it be by using the loom or by activating the little LED light. So in conclusion then, yes, the price may be a bit of a G-shock, but what you're getting is a seriously solid piece of kit that's chock full to the brim of features. Is the Bluetooth connectivity really necessary? Perhaps not, but it is darn cool. And the app actually helps use it a lot easier, especially with setting up the various functions. Do you want a watch that is tough, tough, tough? If you do, then you really can't go wrong. Yes, standard G-Shocks are tough, but this bad boy is on a whole other level. So that's it. Well, thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. And I'll see you next time. This was what you're all about. And this was the G-Shock G-Steel GST-B100B-1A3ER. See you next time. Bye-bye.